Welcome back everyone, my name is Eltimar and we're going to be continuing our Let's Play of Wrath of the Righteous. Where we left last time we fought an alchemist here, vivisectionist really, and we won. He did escape in the end, unlike our other group, which apparently got to flee. There's a portal here, it says portal up, but I don't think that's actually where we're standing. The portal's down there. There's also to the flesh markets, which is here. Let's go hit that button. Yeah, there's a knowledge world check up there. Let's go back up to the next level. Let's knowledge world check this thing. I think we should be fine to do it, but I'll save first. Just in case it all messes up and goes horribly wrong. The flesh markets are one of the largest slave markets in the Abyss. Since the opening of the World Wound, it has been flooded with captives from Golarion. Well, let's go see what's in the... Hepzibah's literally right here, along with a bunch of labyrinth minotaurs and slaves and stuff. And so is Chimera, the Ardent Dream. So this is a fight I don't think we can win. I'm hoping that we don't have to fight this out because we will die. Let's talk to Kurz first. A tough-looking demon with a rough, cruel face and the hands of a seasoned warrior greets you with a grin. Looking to buy slaves, eh? Me? I sold off a shipment I captured during the last raid. I'm Kurz, captain of the Bloody Bitch. Do you know Marilara? That nutjob? Huh, our entire crew must be wimps and weaklings if they haven't slit a leader's throat or fed her to Ishiar's beasts yet. You can't help but notice that despite his dramatic bravado, a spark of fear gleams in his eyes. Who are you? The demon stares at you with disbelief, then bursts into laughter. Who am I? I'm Kurz, known by some as Kurz Got Stabbed, captain of the legendary Black Bitch. I'm the most famous damn pirate in the Midnight Isles. You must be a landlubber who's never set foot aboard an airship if you haven't heard of me. A pirate? I overheard someone in the tavern saying that all pirates are crazy scoundrels and merciless thugs. Now I understand why. They fly between the isles on airships. Can you imagine that? They fly in the sky. Can't even look at it without shuddering, and they live up there. They're completely deranged. Tell me more about being a pirate. What exactly do you want to know? The life of a pirate ship captain consists of 4 things: his vessel, his crew's experience, and Pazuzu's patronage, of course. Who is Pazuzu, and do you worship him? Sure I do. Only idiots don't worship the demon lord of the sky and winged creatures. Well, at least if we're talking about aeronauts. All the storms, wind currents, and beasts who feed on those currents, they all bend to his will. That's why I bombard Lord Pazuzu with my prayers as often as I can. I have no more questions really at the moment for you, Kurz. Let's go find someone else. He doesn't have any slaves for us, so... Well, what's going on here? Dunk the slave trader, a grotesquely fat demon, speaks to a demoness standing in front of him, his voice irritated yet slightly sycophantic. If you want these sweet Asmars for the 10,000 delights, cough up 50,000. Just look at how delicious they are. These girls haven't yet been whipped. Your clients will be clamoring for them. And after they become too worn out, they'll make a magnificent stew. Jesus. I'll give you 30 if you stop talking rubbish, junk, or keep going, and you can steer clear of my palace of delights. You can pleasure yourself on your own, you fat chunk of rotten meat. Do you want to get on Chivaro's bad side? Do you really want that? The Asmar slaves standing nearby try to avoid looking at the angry demoness. Even in their miserable position, they retain the mark of inner purity and nobility inherent to their kind. Puffing himself up, the fat demon answers abruptly and angrily, 50,000 for these delightful innocent creatures? Your shabby and worn-out demonesses can't hope to compete with. That is my final offer. Stay away from 10,000 delights. You can have your little morsels pleasure you from now on, you greedy, horny piece of shit. The disgustingly fleshy demon greets you with a wave, his arm encased in roll after roll of fat. Allow me to present my living wares, the finest household slaves to serve you and entertain your body and spirit. And they can satiate even the most exquisite cravings. The demon accompanies his claim with voluptuous lip-smacking, looking pleased. What do you have for sale? Just feast your eyes on them. The most exquisite pleasure slaves raised in comfort and luxury at your service. They're well-trained, neat, docile, and stand ready to become the ideal servants for your manor. All of them are young and healthy, in a perfect state of ripeness. The demon bursts into sickening cackling and then whispers to you confidentially. Of course, you have to make sure that their tender flesh meets the expectations of even the most demanding gourmet. They have no inkling of what awaits them, so you need not worry about fear spoiling the meat, making it tough and bitter. Beautiful, athletic, well-groomed young men and women of various races smile sweetly at you. Their cheerful looks aren't marred by the slightest hint of intelligence. The slaves remind you of happy and well-fed sheep grazing at the pasture. The slaver's eyes widen and he starts to speak, nearly hyperventilating. Just recently, one of my slave-hunting crews returned, bringing me the most beautiful gift, a group of young, fresh, pure Asmar girls, full of mouth-watering innocence. All of them are beauties in their prime, caught with the utmost care, unwounded. Chimera will take an interest in them, I wager. Because of her origin, she loves having her fun with Osimars. There are countless ways one can use such a valuable acquisition, though if you ask me, the smartest way is to treat yourself to a medium rare fillet with rich, meaty gravy. The Osimar women look pale and scared, but even in captivity they manage to retain their dignity and refuse to let the demons savor their fear. As Jung continues his nauseating commentary, they raise their chins higher and do their best to maintain cold, detached expressions. Such beauty should be enjoying life and delighting others with their loveliness, not bathing their faces in tears in the middle of a slave market. Darren casts a grim, sidelong look at the captured Osimar women. His hand reaches for his coin purse. How much do you want for them? The demon pointedly ignores the count and looks only at you. Would you like to buy these girls? We can negotiate a deal, but I warn you, they won't come cheap. I'm looking for slaves for gladiator fights in the arena. Oh no, the rough and tumble of the arena is no good for my little pets. They are intended for much more elegant slaughter. I'll buy the Osimars. Oh, I see you're a connoisseur. I'd like to warn you that these little birds will cost you a pretty penny. The price scared off the Madame of 10,000 delights, but for Chimera, to whom I intend to sell these fresh Osimar beauties, 50,000 is spare change. I'm willing to sell them to you for the same price. If we do not intervene, these women will be doomed by the celestial blood that flows in their veins. There's nothing more tantalizing for a demon than befouling, abusing, and destroying any being with ties to the upper planes. We have no right to stand by and leave these unfortunates to a terrible fate of torture and death. Fine. The fat demon glows with happiness. You won't regret it. In the abyss, goods like these are a rarity. I wish you the most exquisite enjoyment of your purchase. If you wish, I can give you an excellent recipe for braised steaks. Just send one of your household slaves to pick it up. The demon winks at you and then looks at the Osimars with palpable longing. The slaves stare at you with a mixture of hope and fear in their eyes, their faces drain of color as they wait for you to seal their fate. With a predatory gleam, Windwog's eyes rove over the beautiful Osimars. So we bought them, then we freed them. I wonder what reward we'll get for rescuing them. The freed slaves cower under the huntress's possessive gaze. I feel bad about this. Go to the 10,000 delights, the demon will show you the way. Isn't your heart touched by the tears of these unfortunates? Is there really any reason to condemn these women to such a horrible fate? As they hear your words, the Osimar women let out piteous cries of despair. The tears that they have long held back now roll freely down their cheeks. Oh, that didn't feel good. There's an athletics check to get to the roof, which I think has treasure. And then there's a 42 mobility check to get back down, which we are definitely going to fail. What'd you roll this time? We really only need to roll a 3. We've rolled an enormous amount of 2s on these stupid staircases. Like a statistically improbable amount of 2s. Okay, well, these move around. Let's see what we can do with them. So, nothing. And nothing. Okay, so we just have to make our way back down. We are not going to succeed, probably. What's our highest mobility check? Let's take a quick look here. 24, 11, 4, 5, 7, 15, 2, 11. So 24 is our highest, which means we need to roll an 18 to get down. The chances of that are unlikely, so we are going to fall and take some damage. Ah, good times. Everything's fine. Minor injuries. A quick channel should heal us all up nicely, or close enough anyways. Let's go find some other slaves. So we did the pleasure slave thing.
This way.
I'm worried about going to see this whole scenario here. There's someone named Raggy. The Cambion, who gives you a smarmy bow, looks like he once tried to split in two, then changed his mind. His chest is twice as wide as it should be, and double pupils stare at you from each of his eyes. Every time this freakish creature opens his mouth, an impressive goiter swells on his neck. His face has an unpleasant, croaking quality, as if a giant toad has taken up residence in his throat. Would you like to buy some fresh flesh? You can call me Raggy. I'm at your service. I'm looking for slaves for the gladiator fights in the arena. With an odd hacking sound, the Cambion coughs up a lump of phlegm into his hand, gross, and examines the mucus closely for a time. At last, seemingly satisfied, he carelessly wipes his palm on his clothes. You need slaves for the arena. just this Galarian scum. They won't win a single bout, of course, but their blood will grease the blades of the real fighters. Then the crowd will have some fun. How's that sound? Show me your slaves. I can offer you a shipment of Galarian slaves. They certainly aren't in the best shape. Galarians are notorious for their fragility, but torturing them is sure fun. I'm not going to do the voice. It actually kind of hurts my throat. As Reggie grins, you spot at least 2 rows of needle-sharp teeth in his mouth. The Galarian slaves are clad in torn rags, their bodies emaciated. Many have wounds and cuts. Their blank indifference to everything happening around them suggests these unfortunates lost any hope of escape long ago. Seizing the moment, and deftly spitting at the mephit in the cage of Reggie nods at him. If you wish, you can also purchase this little blighter. He won't be of much use, but you can entertain yourself for some time torturing him. He is sharp-tongued and quite resilient. I guarantee you'll spend several interesting and pleasant evenings killing this little freak. Chuckling, Raggy watches as the mephit wipes the spit from his face and mutters curses under his breath. The mephit's voice is angry but tinged with respect. I'll buy the Galarian slaves, 15,000 gold coins. You won't accept any less. You can get 15,000 for selling them as meat. The double pupils flicker with greed. After feigning indecision, Raggy finally stares. Except, Raggy looks at one of the slaves who can barely stand. With a subtle motion, he throws a spell that slits the unfortunate's throat as if he used a serrated knife. Raggy spits in disgust at the body on the ground. He doesn't even bother to wipe the splashes of blood from his face. This one was completely defective. It's shameful to offer it to a respectable buyer. The heavy silence of the hand of the inheritor is almost palpable. It fills the air like the calm before a storm. Then the angel's voice explodes in your head, roaring and furious like a battle horn. He killed him like an animal! Oh heaven, I knew I was descending into the depths of evil, but there must be some limit. There must be a limit to it all. If not today, then someday I will descend into this den of sin to punish the murderers and save their victims. Your slaves are lucky. They're about to see their master choke on his own blood. Out of nowhere, a knife with a wide, jagged blade appears in Raggy's hands. Spinning the knife skillfully with his 2 numerous fingers, he leers at you without fear. You want to dance? Did the mephit just run away? Taking advantage of all the fuss, the mephit deftly picks the lock of his cage using its pointed tail as a skeleton key. Once free, it makes an obscene sound at Raggy, winks at you mischievously, and immediately takes off into the air. Oh, Raggy, you are so outmatched here, my dude. We still have buffs from the previous fight on. Although you have a pretty good armor class, I'll give you that. And he kills Darren in 1 hit. Freaking Darren. A critical hit for 110 damage. Everything was going fine until Darren took a shot to the face. God, fucking Darren. Although the fact that we got immediately critically hit wasn't exactly ideal. Would have been fine other than that. Also, why does everything in the Abyss have insanely high initiative? That's the word I'm looking for. Like, they always get to go first or second. It's ridiculous. I don't understand why their initiatives are so high. Especially for quote-unquote core difficulty. Should be core to the rules, not core to some insane overtuning. Do that one, I'll buy that one. Slaves are lucky. Thing leaves. The ragdolling was kind of cool on that. Alright, we're first of all, I guess. There we go, that's some good damage. He still gets to go second, though. Please don't kill Darren in 1 hit. Oh, the guards are fighting us, too. Oh, I guess he has guards. Okay, fair enough. All of our guys get to go now first, so I guess I was slightly wrong about the,
I'll cut you wide open.
Ooh, 20 to hit. Gross. He didn't get knocked down. What a ripoff. Can we Hellfire Ray this guy? Actually, we could Fire Snake him. Maybe we can Fire Snake both? No. Alright, Hellfire Ray it is. Don't miss! Oh my god, how did he explode like that? Anyways.
Retreat is not an option.
How did Darren die at 110 damage? Doesn't make sense. Let's cure serious wounds mass on this area. Camellia needed a little bit of life back. The guard has way more armor than his benefactor did.
May I see your entrails, please?
This pain is excruciating.
Well, she didn't die. Barely.
Spirits demand your blood.
Oh, we got knocked down. Cool. Not gonna bother with that.
Kneel before me.
Good lord, our attack rolls are bad today.
They'll beg me to stop.
What is his armor class? I'm actually kind of impressed. 42. Fair enough, I guess.
Let the attack
Now he's dead.
commence.
Don't think you're good enough scot-free, slaves. We're going to be sending you to the arena anyways. I just didn't want to pay for you. Really, that's all it came down to. The slaves stand huddled in a tight circle, knives picked up from the ground, glint in the hands of some. It's almost as if the scent of demon blood has imbued their exhausted bodies with new strength. They are clearly no longer willing to simply watch their lives be bargained away. One of them, a young man with an injured leg, flashes a bloodthirsty grin at you. So what's next? Should we run? Should we face death here? We won't go back in a cage. We've had enough of this demon filth. Rigel doesn't raise his voice, but it acquires the steely edge of a commander addressing their troops. Who's the leader of this group? Are there any among you who have served in the military? The young man salutes with the painful pride of a defeated yet unbroken soldier. Corporal Grotverg of the Vanguard Scouts reporting for duty, sir. The young man throws his sharp look back at his comrades, and they seem to immediately change. Their backs become ramrod straight, and the bleak submission in their eyes is replaced by the familiar soldierly tenacity, that seems to say, screw you. As you were. I see you've been through a great deal, but the reinforcements are finally here, and you can proceed under the commander's lead. Regil salutes the free soldiers, swift and abrupt like a saber strike. Darren looks at Regil with a sly grin. Hasn't it crossed your mind, Paralictor, that among these slaves there may be those who, horror of horrors, chose to surrender to the demons, and now you're saluting them? The Inquisition will deal with that back in Galarian. Those who were captured while unconscious, who fought till the end, or were abducted against their will, they won't have any trouble. Those who succumbed to fear and surrendered will be executed, but at least they will die by the hand of their fellow soldiers instead of as slaves tortured to death by demons. A decent death. I'm not doing good, but I'm also not doing evil in this particular case. I'm setting them free. I, Amadei, bless you. Thank you for sending up for us. We'll never forget your kindness. The ragged slaves huddle in a tight group and hurry towards the exit. They're afraid and tired, but you can see a glimmer of hope and defiance in their eyes. You did as every true Galarian should by saving the people from your homeworld from slavery. Thanks to people like you, my heart holds no doubts we'll emerge victorious from this struggle. I don't know if I did the right thing there. Let's go see if we can find there's another slave trader here. Let's go see if we can talk to him. Nope. Okay, Krebis has some slaves as well. Hopefully that they're good for the arena. The tall, thin vendor is swathed in a loose black robe. He's not a demon. It's impossible to determine his race. His expressionless and hairless face is covered in tattoos and looks as if it's made of wax. His eyes are motionless. As you approach, the black figure almost doubles over as he sweeps into a low bow. The vendor moves with supernatural delicacy and grace impossible for a human. He extends his arms, also covered in tattoos, towards you. The ink on his palms come to life and forms the words, "Greetings, I am Krebis, vendor of magical lunatics." The voice of the hand sounds contemplative, sends shadows, evil shadows, that once served their old master, Vyriavaxis. Oh my god. Who I fought valiantly but had not the strength to defeat. Beware this one, champion, for he is linked to powers both formidable and cunning. Something inside of you awakens and casts a fiery glance at the slaver. You can see darkness curling under the thin layer of his skin, or rather, a shadow resembling darkness, a demon woven of shadows. Looking for slaves for gladiator fights. The vendor shakes his head. Words appear over his skin. Magic, art, craft, not slaughter. Do you have magical wares? He does. Cool. Alright, what do we got? It's a Robe of Malice. Do we have... We do. We can get a Robe of Malice. +3 to dodge bonus to AC and a +5 to unarmed strike and damage rolls. Can only be worn by a monk of lawful evil alignment. I think we can actually wear that, though. I'm gonna see. We should not buy it just in case. We can't. I'll check my alignment first. +3 armor class would be very helpful, though. Lots of scrolls. So many scrolls. Do you have diamond dust, though? It's really kind of what I'm looking for here. Alright, restore by name. Anything with diamond in it? No. There's also gold coin from the flesh markets. It's just one, though. I'm gonna grab it, because I don't know what it does, and I'm kind of curious. Alright, let's take a look at the situation we're in here. We are lawful evil. We do have a scaled fist level, so we can wear it. Alright, let's try it out. Let's grab the robe, which I don't know where it is. Robe of Malice right there. +3. We won't be able to do anything with the unarmed attack and damage rolls, but I think the +3 armor class will be very helpful. We don't have a shirt on anyways yet. 46 armor. Nice. Alright, we need to find more slaves, preferably. We may actually have to go back really quickly and not kill that guy. Unfortunately, that's just, I think, a situation we're kind of in. Because we do not want to fail that quest. We'll just buy the slaves and send them off to the arena to die. I'm sure the Hand will be very unhappy about this turn of events, but not much we can do here. We kind of need the slaves. Alright, let's quickly grab the slaves. Gladiator fights, blah blah blah, show me the slaves. I'll buy the Galarian slaves, 15,000 gold. And then one of them dies. Okay, the slaves look at you with look at you with hope. They're drained but not yet broken. One captive, who looks even worse than his peers, almost falls, but his friends prop him up with their shoulders. One of the slaves, a scrawny young man with a crippled leg and a hungry, wolfish face, slowly gets down on one knee before you. May the gods bless you, my lord. They sent you to help us. We'll pray for you as long as we live. Oh, we're doing the military thing again. Go to the battle, Bliss. Raggy will make sure you don't try to escape. You see bitter contempt in the eyes of the Galarians. One of the slaves, a crippled young man with a wolfish face, spits at your feet. You traitor! You fraternize with demons? Just you wait, we're gonna win in the end. Queen Galfrey will chop you to pieces. Why do you condemn them to death? After all, you came from the same world as they do. If your luck were less fortunate, you could be the one shackled in these slave chains. Oh, there's some moral quandaries here that make me sad. What kind of slaves can you offer? Oh, we're not doing the slaves. For these, show me your magic wares. I want the gold coin and the robe. Where is the gold coin? I know it's here somewhere. Coin. Am I just insane? Yes. The answer to that is a firm yes. Alright. Reval robe now. Jam that on his body. Get that extra 3 armor class. I'm not going to buy the lunatics. I don't really know what I would want to do with them, to be honest. There's a knowledge arcana check here. We did save, so let's see what we can do. The islands floating in the air are not byproducts of some crazy magic. It is the energies of chaos that endow them with their bizarre properties, and they're not even the most amazing thing that can be found in the abyss. That's true. We might have to come back to deal with this, but we don't have any quests for it yet, so let's just see what we're doing here. Let's go talk to Hepsimira. This is going to be a very interesting moment and could be deadly for us. There's a lot of enemies around this area. Abob, Ura, I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm not going to try and talk. Usually this goes pretty fast. Maybe I can. Master Sarkassus is delighted to behold Lady Hepsimira and Lady Shimira. It's a great honor for them. How may I assist you? Hepsimira is looking to buy some slaves, the best slaves. It's for an important job. I don't know what that said. Allow me to present this fine specimen, an extraordinarily belligerent, destructive, and vicious slave. He has killed 7 hunters before his capture. Shut your mouth, meatball. Your breath stinks. I don't need gladiators or bodyguards. I'm looking for a pack of strong demons. Ones who are not very bright and can obey orders. I'm not going to bother trying. In that case, perhaps my lady would be interested in this batch of creatures recently captured in the Low City. They're all strong and quite stupid. Hepsimira, what do you want with these puny creatures? They're small, fry, fit only to be cannon fodder for the Crusaders. I would suggest they seem fine to me. Finish the preparations and send them to the harem of ardent dreams and be quick about it. Okay, well that was less than I was expecting, to be completely honest. Apparently we're having a talk here too. Oh, someone's coming in. A dark-haired young man stares up at the ugly lump of flesh hovering in the air. Hello up there. I'm blinded by your beauty. Please descend to this humble mortal and grant me the honor of a date with you. He's a very dangerous demon. You shouldn't mess with him. The young man smiles and raises a finger to his lips. Don't worry, he whispers. I know what I'm doing. The demon gives an indignant snort and begins to gurgle angrily. His tiefling slave translates. Master Sarzakis says you have 10 seconds to get out of his sight, or he'll command his lackeys to gouge out your eyes. Alright, I can take a hint. I'm leaving. The young man bats away and jots something down in his notebook. Done. Excellent source material. Now I'll go have a drink or two in the tavern and get to work. I'm so confused by that man. Hey, there's a venture captain here too. Okay, let's talk first of all to whatever this thing is. By that I mean his translator probably has to translate. Where's the interpreter? There it is. A demon who looks like a ball of lumpy melting flesh hovers in the air. He clenches a whip in his hand. The demon emanates an aura of confidence and authority. He snorts sternly at a skinny tiefling standing nearby, whose eyes are skillfully sewn shut with a black silk thread studded with diamond chips. The demon mutters something incomprehensible to you. The tiefling speaks to you in a soft voice devoid of emotion. Master Sarzakis welcomes you to the flesh market's visitor from another plane. He knows right away that you are a person of means, though he himself has no interest in doing business with you. Your presence benefits the flesh markets, so Master Sarzakis is prepared to spare you some of his time. This slave will interpret his words for you, for he loathes speaking any language except the one used in his home world. I'd like to see your slaves. The tiefling's voice is emotionless and fails to convey the arrogant notes you hear in the demon's snorting. I'm afraid Master Sarzakis must reject your offer. All his slaves are caught to satisfy personal requests by the most esteemed upper city residents. Master Sarzakis is the most influential of the slavers. He can't afford to waste his time on something as pointless as negotiating with a stranger. I have to go. I don't think we need to deal with that too much more. Let's go back up
Backwards.
and back to the other part of the city. Actually, I wish we had a teleport thing for here, because then maybe we wouldn't have to do those skill checks and take damage. So maybe we go this way first.
Trail me.
I'm looking for a portal. It's a wall. It's going down now, but what's over here? Nothing. There is a portal here. Don't know what it leads to. Some more citizens and slaves. I'm just looking for one portal, and then we just need to find a key for it, obviously, but there's a climbing to the rooftops, which leads to what? Possibly another jump point for more loot. Let's go find out. So that just moves those around. Let's go up anyways. Athletics check to get up here. Oh, this goes straight to where we wanted it to go, and it goes to another area of the city. So this is how we get back up to the next level, or we go up to the next level, to the upper city. And we're going to take a bunch of damage getting down, of course, because that is our lot in life. We're going to burn all of our stupid
What's in wait for me there?
healing on falling off of mobility checks, but that's fine. There's a Lilith, there's a galley warp. This could be a fight. Also, I'm getting some crazy frame rate drops in this city. Excuse me, I'm just gonna go ahead and grab this.
Appreciate this.
Thank you. Okay, apparently they didn't care. Bunch more slaves. This is 10,000 delights. It's possible there'll be a portal in here. You see a massive, beautifully decorated door. It appears impregnable. At eye level, an elegant inscription reads 10,000 delights. Smaller letters, another inscription reads, a gift from Valexia to the wonderful, to the Kyrieru the beautiful. Examine the door and figure out the best way to open it. The door looks sturdy and solid, but anything can be broken. The deceptively simple lock is likely enchanted. It would have been reckless of those who put the door here not to protect it with magic. The door mocks you. You're probably wondering how to pick my lock. Well, don't bother. Many have tried it before you, but go on. I could do with a laugh. Hey, get away from me. What are you doing there? Ew, you pervert. That's disgusting. The door finds her poking around inside the lock. Extremely unpleasant, even painful. Finally, the lock clicks and the door says in a hurt voice, "You filthy beast." Oh my god, we just sexually assaulted a door. That is not a sentence I think I would ever have to say in my life. But most importantly, is there a portal in here that we can grab? Because we did send those slaves up, you know, to be friendly to Kyrieru. But first I have to loot her place. There's doors. This place is very cool looking. Pick that lock.
helpful.
grab
am I
that
not?
stuff. Is there no portal in here? There's a outside. It's possible there is. We just gotta figure out where it would be. There's a door. Let's go open that. Anything in here? That's just a room. Okay, and is there any other doors? There's a door here. A large demon guard in a chain collar stands by an inconspicuous door toying with a miniature magic wand. He addresses you with a frown, though his voice is polite. Can I help you? What's behind that door? The upper city. Our guests often use this door, but as they're far too important to be seen on the streets of the middle city. I have to go. Right, get lost. There's a mad glowworm. I don't know what that means. Is that a person? Hello, stranger. Want to buy a girl a drink? Yes, but no. So it doesn't look like there's a portal in here, which I was kind of hoping there would be. But let's talk to Kyrieru anyways. We made it up here. An attractive Lilitu in a simple but revealing dress greets you with a warm smile. Her eyeless face is serene. A new guest. We're always happy to welcome guests in the 10,000 Delights. I'm Kyrieru, ruler of this palace of pleasure. The only taboos here are brawling, moderation, and talking politics. Aside from that, anything goes. As my guest, you can expect to receive gentle caresses, or if you prefer, wild and untamed ones. I have servants of every type to suit every taste. Any of them can be yours for a night or forever if your pockets are deep enough. What are your preferences? Never mind, I'll find out for myself. The little tool tilts her head to one side as if studying you with her non-existent eyes. You feel warm, gentle hands seem to touch your consciousness. What was our will save on that? I don't know, it doesn't tell you. Occasionally images, touch your consciousness. They neatly separate thoughts from memories, feelings from emotions. Occasionally images of long past or recent events drift through your mind. Ah, Galarian, I see. Yes, and the commander of the crusade, no less. What fascinating memories you have. Ah, now we've been properly introduced. You're not offended, are you? The Lilitu gives a deep, pleasant laugh, but her voice trembles with inexplicable excitement. I have Osmar slaves for you. Pay me the 30,000 you're prepared to pay Diunk, and they're yours. 30,000? Seriously? I was never going to pay more than 10 for them. I was just haggling. I'm willing to pay you 10,000. You're the one who got the bum deal. Why should I have to pay for it? With a charming smile, the demoness hands you a pitifully small pouch of coins. I like you. Perhaps we can spend the night together. Interest flickers on the Lilitu's face, but her answer is brisk. I take it you're used to people falling into your arms. Don't expect it of me. My favor must be won. But you seem entirely capable of it. I have a few questions for you. Are you interested in me or my establishment? The demoness smiles mysteriously. Tell me your story. The demoness answers with a melodious laughter. I have secrets I would rather not reveal, and without them my story would be as insipid as sex without violence. After a moment's hesitation, the Lilitu adds, with a smile, I was once wild and dangerous. I manipulated others to destroy them, not subdue them. But then I met someone. That meeting changed everything. It sparked my hunger. I wanted to stand for something, to rise above the crowd, to become important, influential. It turned out that not only can I create bloody chaos, but I can tame wild whirlwinds of chaos, shape and control them, or direct them. And none of that would have happened but for that chance encounter. You're a skilled mind reader. The Lilitu gives you a smug smile. It's my calling to read others' thoughts and motives, plant ideas in their minds, tempt them and guide them. But yes, you're correct. I am unusually skilled even by the standards of my kind. With a playful bow, the Lilitu smiles. Have you heard that old saying? Why don't Lilitus have eyes? Because eyes are the windows to the soul, and no one can gaze into the soul of a Lilitu. I want to know more about this place. Some are foolish enough to call this place a brothel. That's a facile misrepresentation. The 10,000 Delights is a pleasure palace for every taste. You'll find everything that brings pleasure here. Wine, sex, music, good company, violence, gossip, stories, drugs, every kind of drug, herbal, alchemical, even telepathic, and many things that seem incomprehensible to us but are very popular on other planes. You are seeing but a small part of the 10,000 Delights. Behind these inconspicuous doors lie entire streets, houses and rooms, a veritable labyrinth of pleasure. No one knows how large this place really is. Anyone who attempts to measure it returns weeks later exhausted and happy, and somehow changed from when they left. After all, no matter who you are, no matter what your predilections in the 10,000 Delights, you will find the room where you'll be fully satisfied. Allow me to paraphrase. Elishanira is a mousetrap, and we have finally found the cheese. Darren smiles wryly. It looks like a delightful place, but it feels like a leper colony. Somehow I can detect no happiness in the eyes of its denizens. I see a pack of predators and their future victims, and even the predators do not experience true joy, but instead only revel in their vileness and depravity. I wish I could see what this fiend would say if she met Arshia, the luminous lord of freedom, beauty, and sincere physical intimacy. The Abyss offers a distorted reflection of everything we value in the upper planes, even physical attraction, beauty, and love. Casting a roomy glance around the hall full of partying demons and mortals, Regil says, "This is the most dangerous place I've seen of the Abyss so far. I'd rather an army of hungry demons awaited us. An endless labyrinth where new delights wait around every corner. Why do people say the Abyss is a bad place? As far as I'm concerned, it's the best place ever." I see. The Lilitu bites her lips seductively. "Trust me, of all the places to visit in Illusionera, this should be at the top of your list. I understand everything." I don't really want to say any of those things, so I guess... Wait, honey, you're leaving without trying any of the pleasures we have to offer? Take a look around. Wouldn't you like to give yourself into our tender, passionate hands to taste the sweet oblivion as days and years merge into an endless, shimmering tapestry of pleasure? First taste is on the house. I can see you're intrigued, but slow down. We need to be friends first. With a sensual laugh, the Lilitu playfully wags her fingers at you. Do this one tiny thing for me and we'll be best friends. A brazen gang of demons keeps harassing my girls, attacking them on the street and dragging them back to their lair in the lower city. A foul den called a rotten guttery. Spill their blood and rescue my girls and come back here for your reward. The words of this fiend sound sweet, but what lurks behind them? Lust? A desire to use you? Something more insidious? Sorry. I sense danger here, like the reek of decay near a crypt. Faint but clear. Beware of this trap, champion. You won't let my girls die in the clutches of these monsters, will you? The demoness smiles enticingly. You are so confident and have so much potential. I think you and I will enjoy being friends. Okay. We'll deal with that. But I was kind of hoping for a coin so I could teleport around, but I guess not yet. Oh, there is a portal here. We just can't get back up here if we want to. But we can make it to the flesh markets, so that's perfectly fine. Good. That way we don't do the skill checks. Let's go to Battle Bliss. We'll do that in the next video, though, because we are out of time on this one. Like always, if you have any suggestions or comments, please leave them below. Others, I'll see you next time. Take care.